right, we'll start with what's most important, and that's what's happening on ESPN right now with the Dia Barnes and my U of A Wildcats getting ready to go to the Final Four. So shout out to our women's team for carrying the torch there at U of A. With our game tonight, really thought it was a great team win. We had really good moments. We went on runs. We fought back against a team that's, they're tough. It's a tough team with veteran players, and obviously, the job Pop does. And we responded every time. One time it was the first group, another time it was the second group. So the passion and joy that the team had out there tonight was something that we got to continue to strive to play with and play for each other. But yeah, really good win by the group.
We will start with James Ham.
Hey, Luke. Monty described his first trade deadline as value buys. That's what he was looking for. And tonight, I think you got really nice value out of all of those guys. Just how much are they adding as far as length, athleticism, all of those things? The three main guys. Yeah,
I mean, it's been short, but to that point, James, they were great with those things tonight. Like there was multiple plays where you get deflections, come up with loose balls, a couple fast breaks, one where TD finished, one where it was a pass back and forth between Mo and I think DeLon, and we got a layup. Like part of what we need to get better at, what we've been missing is that type of explosion. In athleticism, and again, small sample size, but tonight really showed the value in having that. And I thought the guys have done a really nice job. The new guys are really blending in and playing their game still, but trying to do it within what we're trying to accomplish here.
Sean Cunningham.
Yeah, Luke, kind of following up on that, has it exceeded your expectations the way those three in particular, because obviously they've been ones that play, but have come in and just not really disrupted too much of maybe some of that good success you were having at the early part of this win streak?
Yeah, they're good players. They've been in the league. We knew we were getting some good players, but. And from what I see, like I feel like that they will and we will as a group just continue to get better, right? Like it's that we did some really nice things tonight, but just as they feed off of each other, it feels like right now that there's going to be some really good chemistry with the group. Now that's easy to say when you're winning, right? So it'll really get tested once. We take a couple of losses, but for now, it's it definitely helps as we bring the new guys in to get there faster as far as everyone being on the same page to get a couple wins.
Jason Jones.
Just the fact that you're able to add some new guys and kind of keep playing the same way, and just not just this stretch here, but going back over the course of this year of how it's been up and down. Is that a sign of how you talk about building a culture of work and staying even keeled, and that's coming through right now?
Yeah, I think so, Jason. I think what we've talked about all year, what we've talked about since we've been here, really just showing players the consistency in the messaging and the effort, and then the players showing the consistency in their work ethic and where they're trying to get. I think you see it as individuals get better and as the team gets better. And it's why, I say that, occasionally you look at organizations like here in San Antonio and in Miami and some of these teams that when you're together for a long time and you bring people in and out and everyone knows what is to be expected and what the team is trying to do. That's how you build something special. So we're still at the early stages of it, but we're excited about the group we have and where we're at.
Tony Harvey.
Yeah. Also, Luke, Monty also mentioned Friday, 2 words, as far as packaging these players in, the ones that you just received, they were brought in for a systematic approach. So right now, it looks like you got some rooftop snipers in Terrence Davis, and Mo can shoot it as well, but they're largely athletic. They can get down the hill, and they can shoot. Can you talk a little bit about, what these type of dimensions add to this team, and what the fans, probably can expect more?
Yeah, well, I think they complement and fill a need for what we had. And like I said, our group was playing pretty well before we got them. So to be able to have, dynamic playmakers and ball handlers like Tyrese and De'Aaron, and then you add the lawn to it. You got the way Buddy can shoot and the way Harrison and Mo have versatility. It's just a really nice addition to what we, to the people we already have, and what we were lacking a little bit of. So it's again, it's 2 games. It's not, we got a lot of work to do to get that. But so far, it's looked good, and it's felt good.
A warm welcome to Carmichael Dave.
Luke, happy belated 50th. I hope tonight was a good prep. Second time this year, you guys won 7 of 8. Followed that up with a bit of a losing streak. I'm curious, what's different about this team now, attitude-wise, and what do you do to keep them in the moment, game to game now?
Well, I think, Dave, is, we talk about keeping and staying in the moment. That's why we always message about, what are we doing today in practice? What is this game bigger than the next game? No, everything we preach has to be about what we're trying to get done in the moment so that we can stay in the moment. And I would tell you, Dave, that the difference is now we've gone through that as a group already. This team's won 7 out of 8. We had a couple of injuries, lost a bunch in a row. So we went through that as a group. And, the pain of doing that should make us more battle tested, should make us mentally tougher, and, make us get to a level of play where we don't allow that to happen again. So I think that's probably the biggest difference. We got some new pieces, obviously, as well, that you could throw into that equation. But I think being battle tested from that the last time going through this should help us as well.
A few more for Coach. Marshall Harris.
Just kind of piggybacking off of that, Luke, when you look at the way your team is playing right now, what do you see as your biggest challenge going forward?
Again, it's for us defensively, it's going to be everything. I think most nights we've proven we're going to be able to score the ball. And there's challenges offensively, like a lot of things we have to clean up still. For the biggest challenge, it's going to be the defensive end, and it's going to be our physicality. Right? I mean, we got small groups at time, and I think that's really hurt us in the first half of the San Antonio game tonight. And then we did a heck of a job of fighting through it, making plays in the second half on those same situations. So, the defensive end and the physicality are 2 things that we're going to have to constantly look to be aware of.
Matt George.
Hey, Luke, I kind of asked this a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but you've shared with us earlier you didn't think this team was as good as some of the great stretches that you've put on, and also not nearly as bad as some of the struggles that they've gone through this season. Which version of this team as of right now do you think is more trustworthy, and what elements of this team with the success that you're going through right now, which elements do you think are the most accurate or true to form with this group?
Yeah, I think where we're at right now, we're more of the team that's winning some ball games and having some success and playing with joy. Not playing like the worst defensive team in the league. So I think we're more on that side of the spectrum right now. It's not so much just hot shooting or luck as is required in some of these stretches, as opposed to we're getting better as a team. We're playing a good, solid brand of consistent basketball, and with that, closer to that end of the spectrum right now.
Last question, Jason Anderson.
Luke, congrats on the win, sir. You talked about messaging. You've talked about messaging all year. It's easy to say the right things, but to get the buy-in, for the coaching staff and the players to work through some of those really difficult stretches you guys had where it looked like things were teetering a little bit. What did it take for you guys as a coaching staff and for your players to get through that and to get to this point?
Yeah, well, I think trust is the number one thing. If they trust us and we trust them, then we can work through anything together. And I think that the players going to deserve a lot of credit. They continue, like I said, they continue to work. They continue to work. We're taking losses and we were banged up, and they trust what we were talking about, and what we were doing. And that comes, we all know trust is something that's earned. We spent a lot of time as a coaching staff prioritizing relationships with the players because of that. And we want them to understand we're all in this together, win or lose, and I think they know that. And like I said, we got a lot of work to do still, but the team's in a good place for now.
Thank you, Coach. Have a good night.